Hey guys! So today I'm finally going to do a review of Joker by Azzarello. I got this book a few weeks back and I've read it about 3 times now. So needless to say, I really enjoyed this book. So right off the bat, if you're a Joker fan, I definitely think you should get this book. If you're looking for a book about Batman and Joker's relationship and the impact they have on each other, this might not be the right book for that. Again, this is mainly about Joker. Like, the whole premise is about him. You get a really good grasp of who he is, not only what kind of villain he is, but also what kind of character he is. And you get that certain insight because this book takes place from the perspective of Johnny Frost, who isn't necessarily Joker's henchman, because when I think henchman, I think of a mindless thug who does dirty work or something like that, but he has more of a main position in Joker's plan. So I wouldn't go as far as calling him Joker's right-hand man, because I don't think Joker has a right-hand man, but he's as close as it gets. Joker has a lot of trust in him, and it's apparent throughout the whole book. But before I get further into the story, let me explain the main plot. So the book starts off with 2 of Joker's allies, I guess, ex-allies, who are talking about Joker's release from Arkham Asylum. When Joker was first put into Arkham Asylum, his hold on the city was broken and split up amongst the rest of Gotham's villains and the other gangs. So once he was put in, Joker basically became powerless. All his power was gone, all his money was gone, all of his hold on the territories, everything was gone. So the 2 allies in the beginning were correctly anticipating that Joker would be pissed off once he's leaving Arkham. So they're arguing about who should go pick him up. And while they're arguing, Johnny eavesdrops and he volunteers himself, which I think says a lot about his character right off the bat. It shows that he has initiative, it shows that he's fearless, he doesn't care how pissed off Joker might be, he just realizes that Joker has power, and in order to gain power in Gotham, you really need to ally yourself with the right people. Especially if you're someone like Johnny, who continues to thirst for this power throughout the whole book. I think he actually says it a few times throughout this book. He continuously says, I want to be somebody. He wants to be the guy who has his own booth in the fanciest restaurant downtown. He wants to have money. He wants to have thugs of his own. He basically wants all of that, and he believes that if he allies himself with Joker and really channels Joker's power through him, he'll be able to gain that recognition. And strategically, I totally think he's right. If you're going to go for power, you might as well align yourself with the most powerful people out there. But at the same time, I think you need to anticipate some kind of backlash, which Johnny didn't do. I'm not going to go into that yet, but once Johnny goes to pick up Joker from Arkham Asylum, let me show you the picture. Joker's leaving Arkham, and I really, really like this portrait. You guys might have seen it before. I think it's pretty infamous. Hold on. This one. The art in this book is just awesome. I think it pairs well with the story perfectly. It's just really dark. Lots and lots of lines, if that makes sense. If you look at the faces, there's a bunch of wrinkles, and not to say that it's a bad thing, I really think that it shows the kind of stress and the tension that's going on between these characters, because you're able to see their emotions just by looking at them. You don't need any kind of narration or dialogue or anything like that, so I think it's really awesome. But anyways, when Joker first meets Johnny, one of the first questions he asks Johnny is, do you have a gun? Now, if a psychopath asked me if I had a gun, and I did, I don't know if I would hand it over freely. I'd be terrified that they would shoot me if I gave it to them. But Johnny, once Joker asks Johnny, do you have a gun, Johnny just goes, yeah, do you need it? And he gives it over. And from that statement, I think Joker can establish what kind of person Johnny is. He realizes that Johnny's not gonna backstab him. He's not gonna, I don't know, hold some kind of grudge or anything like that. He's not afraid of him, and I think that's what Joker respects the most. He realizes that he can put his faith into Johnny, that Johnny is there for him. So right away, Joker likes him. And Joker calls him Johnny Frost, too, throughout this book, because Johnny introduces himself as that. So throughout the whole book, they're really building this relationship, and from the relationship, you can really see, it's like a personal look into Joker's life. One of my favorite lines in this book, I don't know exactly word for word, but Johnny's asking Joker about like his organization, his operations and stuff, and Joker calls all of his crimes, all of this blackmailing stuff, his business, because if you think about it, it sort of is his business. It's how he gains wealth, it's how he gains power, so it's his own business, and he's trying to get it all back so he can rightfully establish himself as the top king of Gotham. So another really cool thing is while he's doing this, while he's on this mission, he encounters a lot of other Gotham villains that we all know. For example, Penguin, Two-Face, Killer Croc, of course Harley. They're all in there, and you really get to see the power balance between them and how they interact with each other. Another favorite part of this book that I really enjoyed was the dialogue. Just by seeing what one character says to Joker, or what Joker says to that character, you get to see the dynamics between them and who has respect for who, and whether or not Joker trusts them or intends to kill them or anything like that. Everything was written very well. So the words definitely, I don't know, I really liked the plot of this, and I liked how it was written. The dialogue was believable, and just everything that was going on between the villains I thought was really cool. And the really interesting thing is, even though this is a gritty, dark book, there's no cussing or anything. I know that might be a random, weird point, but the way it was written, you didn't need any kind of cuss words or anything like that. Just the power behind what the characters were saying and the way that Joker was saying things was frightening enough that you didn't need any kind of cuss words. So yeah, I don't want to give away the whole plot because, again, I definitely think you guys should read this and I don't want to spoil it, but it's just a really good book, especially if you like gritty books. You're not afraid of anything bloody or anything like that. You should definitely get this book. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but there is a slight twist. However, I was sort of anticipating what was going to happen, obviously, because it's Joker, but I'm not going to say too much more. One more thing I will say, though, is part of me wishes that they really developed Johnny's character into other books, but God, I can't continue this plot without giving some kind of spoiler. So, spoiler alert, Johnny does die by the end of this book, which I'm assuming most of you would have already guessed, because I think anyone who really tangles with Joker should see death on the horizon. But I sort of wish they developed Johnny's character in other books, because it would have been interesting to see his path towards power and what he would do after this Joker fiasco. But because, again, it's a Joker book, I think he had to be killed off. If he was in other books, it would sort of undermine who Joker is, and no one wants that. So, yeah, that's going to be it. Definitely think you should pick this book up. If you have any kind of interest in Joker, reading this, you'll definitely appreciate his character more. So yeah, that's going to be it. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to review next, because I got a whole bunch of books from the con, but we'll see. You guys saw my Zatanna Volume 1 in my con video, which I got signed. I'm so excited about that. I might do a review of it. I've read it a while ago, so I might read it and review it again in tandem with Volume 2, because I have that also. But we'll see, because again, I have a whole bunch of books to get through. Yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!